Here's my toy plane. Here's my real plane.
No low baller sold as is.
They're not making any more of these.
Oh, real fart.
Okay, no, we're not doing this.
Heading into Twilight, spreading out her wings tonight. She got you jumping off the track and shoving into overdrive.
Third game in a row we've done by Rare. Rare, more like, yeah, we'll go with that. Captain Skyhawk is an ambitious shooter developed by Rare and published, once again, by Milton Bradley in 1990. The player is tasked again with repelling an alien invasion plot, this time from total planetary destruction, not enslavement. This time, however, rather than deal with them on foot, you get to ride the quintessential flying chariot of the 1980s, the F-14 Tomcat. There has never been, nor will there ever be, to me, a fighter jet as beautiful as the F-14. F-15 Eagle? Go away. F-18? Go paint a fake cockpit on your taint and fly back to Canada. F-35? Yeah, let's deploy a single-engine jet for Arctic defense. That's a great fucking idea. Anyway, the F-14. Swing wings, carrier capable, room for two. Look, I'm not saying I'd bang an airplane, but... Oh, right, sorry, video games. Captain Skyhawk is the first ever fully three-dimensional game for the Nintendo. Now, before you flood the comment section with smart-ass comments like, they've just drawn it to look like wireframe graphics, and the plane isn't really moving in three-dimensional space because it just goes left, right, up, and down and the terrain is coming at it, allow me to counter with the following argument. Shut up, it's 3D! The game is split up between these vertically scrolling stages and third-person afterburner type stages. It's divided up into 9 acts with varying objectives that now when I go back and look at this thing in the manual 25 years later, all I see is this. Alright JB, moving on, we have the schedule for the Skyhawks based out of Miramar, San Diego. Jumping off the page immediately is a key Week 4 matchup with the Scientist Extraction. The outcome of this mission will set the tone for the rest of their season. Battle Skyhawks head coach Tim Lord spoke with reporters earlier today. All our pilots know what's expected of them. We have to run the table or else we're never going to blow up the enemy space station and save humanity. And I don't want to hear anything about this butt missile scandal. I haven't seen a single piece of evidence on that. Okay people, the show's been back on the air for a year now. Subs are up, but the channel still hasn't hit the big time. If you guys got any ideas, now's the time.
You ever thought of uploading more than once a quarter, Derry?
Featuring games that nobody under the age of 30 has played.
Lay off the butt stuff! It's segmenting the audience!
No, and fuck no! I know, we'll just copy the titans of industry. I seen this one video between lines. It had this bright happy border around it. Let's try stealing that. Wow, this might be the rum talking, but that looks like absolute, Anyway, we got missiles, we got bombs, we got guns, and barrel rolls, and... Okay, I don't actually recommend the barrel rolls, they're kind of difficult to control. Now, again, what's separating this from other mainstays of my collection, like Sky Shark and Ernie's Big Splash, is that you can adjust the pitch of the aircraft, and while this does a tremendous job of...
Places, everyone. Places.
Pitch of the aircraft. While this does a great job of driving home the pseudo 3D aspect of the game, it does raise the question of why you would ever want to lower your altitude, because while in theory you can dodge enemy fire by changing altitude, you could also just move out of the way. You're susceptible to smacking into the scenery if you fly too low, so you find yourself just holding the down button while you play just out of habit. These bases are routine. Blow up the external pods, then shoot the thing in the middle. Mind the AAA fire. Upon victory, you are greeted with the greatest fanfare music in the history of anything ever. Louder! Make it louder! Quieter! Oh, fuck!
Still live, by the way.
Get me something! Anything! Get something up there! I don't care! No, not that! We're not making that video yet! Put this on! Oh, real chat.
Real chat hours.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Get you baited.
The inaugural enemy fighter stage is more Top Gun 1 than 2. These levels have a fixed time limit, and these guys aren't going to shoot at you this round, so it gives you an opportunity to get the feel for the stage. A button still fires the guns, B is the missile lock and fire, just like in Top Gun. The end of the missions is docking with the space station to buy upgrades. Never ever push left or right here, just push up and down to line up with the docking bay and push B to dock when the slot is fully horizontal. See? Look at this. Good luck ever getting lined up again. You can legitimately lose lives screwing this up. Priority upgrade the cannon. This makes the auto-fire shoot faster. Secondary weapons should be just that. Secondary, get that cannon filled up. By the way, I love that I'm glossing over the fact that there is an F-14 in outer space. Like, yeah, it can do that. That first stage looked absolutely amazing. What kind of aesthetic are they going to use to top that? Oh, it looks the same. Yep, the old palette swap. Every stage, to the tweak, uses the same wireframe design. This means it manages to both amaze and stagnate at the same time. Changing the palette to indicate game advancement and keeping the design intact was a hallmark of older games for the NES, but it's a little embarrassing for a title in 1990 to be doing this. Okay, so the frame was a disaster and litigation is still pending. I know what else we can try. See, I figure you haven't made it on YouTube unless you have an avatar. I had one commissioned. Now, this channel is gonna look the part. Huh? See? A cuddly character the whole family can get behind. Behind. Anyway, week 2 matchup, the supply drop. Now, if this was a modern day video game, there'd be loading screen hints, a commanding officer shouting orders at you, rubber banding waypoints mixed with sensory overload. But this is 1990, so you've got a pre-staged screen that spells out in plain English what you're doing here, and if you're really lucky, an instruction manual that spells it out with brightly colored diagrams. So, even if you were to dark side fill it and push every button on a NES controller, you'd figure out that the B button drops stuff. Hell, half the enemies in this stage have a big old B written on them. We fill the internet with complaints about the poorly aged, cryptic nature of older games, but this one's on you if you can't figure it out. Week 2's Afterburner section bogeys start playing for keeps as the ones flying towards you will shoot flaming shitbags at you. Look, I get it. Video game reviewing is completely saturated in poop jokes. It's hard not to overuse it. I was gonna use one for the supply drop section. I said, no, you have more dignity than that. I wrote it out. But from the first day on this earth that I played this game until now, I can't look at these projectiles and think of them as anything other than big stinky poos. The brown down there isn't helping with this. Week 3 goes back to enemy base stuff. The unique selling point here is son of a bitch! Hold down, stay high, hedge your bets, watch out for the mountainside! Oh, that's much better. Okay, I can live with this velocity. The manual does explain how speed works in this stage and how to turn the jets back on, but you know what? I'm good. This is fine. Do the thing with the cannon, which should be maxed out by now. I can't tell if this is meant to be the Arctic or a giant lake or ranch dressing. Okay, first scientist extraction. The floor's been replaced with the same water effect from the Afterburner stages, which is a welcome change in scenery and does a good job of highlighting the more urgent nature of this stage. It all culminates with a boss battle that looks imposing, until you realize that 2 of the cannons can't even hit you if you're at max altitude. Congratulations, Top Guns, the mission is almost half over. You can see in the corner where Brother, I don't think the avatar is testing well. That's okay. I know what successful YouTubers do. They push products. Unfortunately, our request to
anime streaming service
and
dumb-looking licensed bobblehead subscription box
were denied. But the Coca-Cola company let us do a commercial for them. Let's watch.
Are you tired of all those other sodas that don't pair with seafood?
If you are, try Lobster Cola. It's lobsterific.
All of today's action is sponsored by Lobster Cola, available in regular or buttered flavor. The tasty treat from the deep. Get some today.
First half of the secret weapon is loaded, and this color palette looks familiar. I can't quite place it.
Get the fuck on!
Alright, stage 5. What new and exciting challenges await us? Hey, Liquid, could you layer stage 1 on top of this? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. They tried to hide it with this really fancy presentation, but the game has just looped. Stage design for 5 through 8 is relatively identical to 1 through 4, but with the difficulty increased. You see this in a lot of classic arcade games, but here you have a game wearing the presentation of an adventure and yet using the arcade loop. I struggle with how to feel about this, because although it's intrinsic to many of the games I grew up playing, the game tells you, hey, this is a brand new stage in this linear progression. While Captain Skyhawk is always going to be a cherished title in my collection, I can't help but feel cheated that they've decided to only gently tweak the experience instead of coming up with new stage designs. And when Stage 8 rolls around, it twists the knife a little more by making no real attempt to look visually different from Stage 4. Congratulations, you found different shades of green and blue. Pat yourself on the fucking back. You could have made the floor lava or something. Would have meshed better with these goddamn mines you put in this stage. They could have been exploding pockets of magma instead of lethal Play-Doh. To this day, I have no idea how these mines work. Wait, hold on a second, that's not even a different shade of blue! Lazy bastards. Really? Mines behind a blind corner? Really? Really? And if you've ever played this game before, this mine. This fucking mine right here. This is a first ballot video game dick move Hall of Famer right here. You can't spam special weapons at it because they're invincible, and you don't have much room to veer out of the way. And then sometimes... I just don't even know anymore. Boss battle here is the same, no changes at all. To really rub it in, the final Afterburner segment is the exact same color scheme as the first one. And then finally, after all of the smoke and mirrors and mines, it's main event time. Stage 9, the enemy space station. That's what I'm speaking with regard to. The extraterrestrial menace has been finally defeated and humanity is safe. Time for one hell of an after party. Insert additional exposition raising the stakes of what is about to happen here. Yep, that's your lot. No credit roll, no fancy artwork, just game's done. Put your fucking name in and move along. What a crock. Imagine that. Just a quick cut end. It's almost like they had no idea how to end it and just want... Hi everyone, thanks for sticking with me so far. It's been fun being back, even if it is on a limited basis. Might be a while before we do the next one, but rest assured I resolve to keep doing whatever it is I'm doing here. Revenue or fame be damned. I just guts to be me. I can't be anything else. Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a Twitch subscription there, eh? Twitch subscription with the money there, eh? You know? Oh, here come the YouTube Brinks truck to take your money away. Oh yeah, eh?